What's up, everybody? Don't forget to subscribe to the WerlsTV YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of this great content moving forward. Kyrie Irving situation just keeps on getting more ridiculous day after day, week after week. This is some fucking bullshit. The shit that they're making this man go through is fucking ridiculous. And I hope people are now actually starting to wake up and see what the fuck is really going on. So the Brooklyn Nets have announced, and Sham has announced, that the Brooklyn Nets have put in 6 things that Kyrie Irving must do in order to return to the team. So he has to apologize and condemn the movie. He has to donate $500,000 to an anti-hate cause. He has to attend fucking sensitivity training. He has to go to anti-Semitic training. He has to meet with ADL and Jewish leaders. And then lastly, he has to meet with Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai to demonstrate understanding. All for fucking posting a link about a movie that he did not make to his social media. This is the bullshit that the Brooklyn Nets are doing to this man. And this is fucking ridiculous. And I'm looking at this. This is obviously way over the top excessive punishment for just posting a link that a movie that was quote unquote anti-Semitic. This is way over the top and extremely excessive. But now I'm starting to think this has no longer to do with Kyrie Irving. This punishment is no longer have to do with Kyrie Irving posting a link. This is more than that. This is Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai getting back at Kyrie because of what happened last year. This is him getting back at Kyrie because Kyrie refused to get the vaccine to play basketball in New York. This is what they're doing to that man. Kyrie Irving told Joe Tsai, fuck no, I'm not getting that vaccine. That was not part of my contract to play basketball here. I came here to Brooklyn on my own choice, and I brought Kevin Durant with me, which helped increase your franchise value exponentially. That was not taking a shot in my arm that I didn't need, was not part of my contractual obligations to play basketball. So what the fuck are you telling me that I got to do that? And then you know how they treated Kyrie Irving? They suspended him. They said, okay, you can't be a part of the team, until they kept crawling back to him, say, hey, Kyrie, we need you. Please come back and play. You were right all along. Please come back and play. Because all the Brooklyn Nets players were forced to get vaccinated, yet they had a COVID rampage throughout the whole roster. So Kyrie stood on his toes, stood on his ground, 10 toes down. This is payback for what happened last year, because Kyrie told Joe Tsai, kiss my ass, I'm not taking the vaccine. You are good friends with Mayor Eric Adams. You could have done some lobbying with him for us to not to take the shower, do something for us to not to take the vaccine. Kevin Durant didn't want to get vaccinated. All the Brooklyn Nets players, majority of them, did not want to take the vaccine. Same thing with the Knicks players, but they were forced. That's what happens when you have a fucking crazy leftist group. And I'm not going to go too political, but you've seen the bullshit that's been going on when one party has been in charge over another. You know, that's another video. But this is way over the top. The shit. This man, Kyrie Irving, has to do he has to do a GTA mission just to play basketball again. So it's not enough for you to suspend the man without pay for 5 games, costing him roughly $2.5 million. He still has to donate $500,000 to an anti-hate cause because of a link he posted, and has to attend anti-Semitism and sensitivity training. And then I gotta meet back with the owner Joe Tsai, and I talked about Joe Tsai too. Motherfucker is a horrible, shitty owner. He is a horrible excuse of a man. The NBA needs to strip that man of his ownership. If you're able to do that for Donald Sterling, why are you not able to do that for Joe Tsai? Why is the NBA not able to strip Joe Tsai of his ownership of the Brooklyn Nets? Because that man has skeletons in the closet himself. So if I'm Kyrie Irving, I said this, Kyrie Irving is not coming back to the Brooklyn Nets. There's been way too much shit that has been going on between him and that franchise. After the season, he is leaving. After the season, don't be surprised if Kevin Durant reactivates his trade request. After this year, the Brooklyn Nets, because of Joe Tsai's bullshit, will be relegated to irrelevancy. They will be relegated to irrelevancy. You have pissed off Kyrie Irving more times than I can count. You have not had that man's back in anything. Yes, when he took the time off and he didn't let the team know, obviously that's Kyrie Irving's doing. He should be at fault for that. He fucked up on that. He deserved to take the full brunt of whatever you guys did internally. But you didn't have that man's back when he said, no, I don't want to get vaccinated. You didn't have that man's back in this situation. And you suspend him. You take away his money and you're forcing him to say, you got to donate this or else you cannot play basketball with this group anymore. You said he is currently unfit. You put out a statement quoting, saying he is currently unfit to be associated with this franchise. That man came to you and brought you a top 5 player in NBA history, and how you return the favor to that man as you say, fuck you, Kyrie Irving, we're gonna put you on blast, we're gonna derelegate you, we're gonna point you out to be a shitty human being. That's how you think that man that got you Kevin Durant, that came alongside you, that helped elevate your franchise net worth a little bit because you got 2 future Hall of Famers? Brooklyn was a fucking shitstorm. No top free agent is going like, yeah, I want to go play with the Brooklyn Nets and Barclays Center. Yeah, I want to go to dirty ass Brooklyn, New York. No. Kyrie Irving came back to Brooklyn because 1, he was a former Nets fan. 2, he's from Jersey. That man is right across the river. He lives in Jersey. And that's how you repay that man? That's how you thank him for the shit that he has done to you? Joe Tsai is a fucking terrible owner. That's one. The shit that they're doing to Kyrie Irving is way over the top, is unnecessary, and this punishment is no longer about him post a link to that book or that film. It is more deeper than that. And it's kind of fun, like I said again before, how everybody's going after Kyrie Irving. Oh, well, not everybody, but the fucking idiot left side, media that's controlled by, guess who? The Jewish people. But they're not going after Amazon, who still has that book on their public platform. So if that book contains so much anti-Semitism, contains so much hate against the Jewish community, why is it still up on Amazon? Why are the people not portraying their anger towards Amazon? Why are the people not portraying their anger towards Jeff Bezos? Why are the people not portraying their anger towards the new Amazon CEO? I believe his name is Andy Jassy. Why are people not angry at him? Because Amazon's the one who A, has the book on their public platform, and B, making money off of it. After the Kyrie Irving situation happened with him, with the anti-Semitism bullshit that they're portraying, that book sales have skyrocketed on that website. Interesting. So if that book is so dangerous and so disrespectful to the Jewish community, why does Amazon still have it up? Oh, interesting, because Amazon's new CEO, Andy Jassy, happens to be Jewish. So let me get this straight. It is okay for the Jewish people to condemn and outright and talk about anti-Semitism, but it's okay for them to profit off it. We are okay with anti-Semitism as long as the Jewish people profit off it. That's what they're doing right now. They're profiting off this book tremendously. Andy Jassy is profiting off this book tremendously. So yes, they're like, yes, guys, keep talking about the book. Keep talking about Kyrie Irving. Keep talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Keep mentioning the word anti-Semitism. They're still making money off it. He's still making money off it. So the Jews condemn anti-Semitism because it's so hurtful to their race and religion, but they're okay with it as long as they're making money off of it. You see the bullshit? You see the fuckery? You see the ridiculousness? And last but not least, I want to go after these clowns on television. The people, the black community people who have a voice, who have a platform, who's supposed to be sticking up in some way, shape, or form for Kyrie Irving. But I'm not surprised because most of them work for a Jewish-owned network. You got Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq, the Big Diesel. Want to come out on Inside the NBA on TNT, call Kyrie Irving an idiot. Call Kyrie Irving whole bunch of names. Same thing with Charles Barkley. We know his past. He ain't no perfect human being himself. But Shaquille O'Neal is a fucking hypocrite to the T, and he got exposed for his hypocrisy on social media. Twitter is a great place for exposing people. So Shaq want to call Kyrie Irving an idiot. Yet his own movie theater that he bought in 2012, I believe it's called Shaq Cityplex in Newark, New Jersey, also Shaquille O'Neal's former hometown, played the movie 3 years ago in 2019. The same movie / book that Kyrie Irving posted on his social media. They played that same movie. They played that same movie in his owned movie theater. Shaquille O'Neal ain't said nothing about that. Shaq can't say not a word about that. You got exposed, Shaq. So you want to come on here and be a coon and call Kyrie Irving out on this and that, which again I understand because you're signed to TNT, you're owned by Warner Brothers, so you can't really say anything negative about the Jewish people because they could just kick you off the air and you could lose a whole bunch of money like they doing to Kanye West and like they doing to Kyrie Irving too. So I kind of understand it. So I take back calling you a coon. I kind of understand where you're coming from because you don't really have much say. You may be a multi-millionaire, but the Jewish people who own you are multi-billionaires. They're multi-billionaires with a B. Even rich people are still slaves. I'm going to say that again. Even rich people are still slaves because they're still owned by somebody else. As much money as they have, somebody else has more money than them. There's a reason why a lot of people saying, why don't the NBA players speak out on this and that? Trust me, they want to. They see the bullshit that Kyrie Irving's going through. They know that him being treated like this is totally unfair and uncalled for. They want to speak up, but they can't. They can't because they will lose a lot of money. They will have such financial ramifications that they cannot afford. Most of these players are millionaires, yes. But most of the people who own them and who oversee them, who have sponsorship with the teams, are billionaires. And those billionaires are Jewish people. That kosher money is real, guys. I'm telling you. They want to speak up. They want to speak out. They want to defend Kyrie Irving in public, but they can't because their financial ramifications will be devastating. You see what happened with Kanye West, man. That man lost $2 billion in the span of 2 days because of a comment, because of a tweet. Kyrie Irving has lost $2 million being suspended 5 games without pay. He's going to lose another $500,000 that he has to donate to an anti-hate cause. So that man is losing almost $3 million in the span of 2 weeks for simply posting a fucking link. The financial ramifications that these players are going to face if they speak out, they can't afford to do that. That's why I said even rich people are slaves. The Jewish people financially rule this world. They control everything. They own mostly all the large conglomerates. They own mostly all the large companies, all the large businesses. You can't say anything to them, or else you're anti-Semitic and we're going to try to take half your money. So, listen, I'm glad that they called Shaq out. Shaquille O'Neal, man. You and all these stupid, dumb, black analysts who signed your soul away to TV money. Shannon Sharp, you got Stephen A. Smith. I'm disappointed in you guys, but I'm not really because I understand the situation that you guys put in. People like myself know we're woke. We actually pay attention. A lot of people now are starting to see and wipe the fog and the crust out their eyes and see the bullshit that is going on. Slavery right now is in present day. They're trying to overcompensate and cover up that slavery. Say, hey, well, we're giving you a lot of money, even though they're making 10 times off you. That millions of dollars that they're giving to those guys, they're making 10 times that in return. Shannon Sharp, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, they're puppet masters to the Jewish people. They're out here. This is what we want you to say. You say anything bad about us, you are going to see financial ramifications that you wouldn't even think of. Yeah, that $100 million that you got, we could take half of that, if not all of that, if we wanted to. Kyrie Irving was the only one that had the balls to stand on what he believed in and was forced to apologize. Kyrie Irving ain't write that fucking apology on Instagram. He didn't write that apology. He didn't want to do that, but he had no choice. He was forced to do that. Because the Brooklyners was like, yo, if you don't apologize, man, we might have to release you, suspend you for the year, blah, blah. Even though Nets owner Nets GM Sean Marks was like, no, well, that's not going to happen. Bro, if they wanted to release Kyrie Irving, they could. But they know that they can't lose somebody like that because then Kevin Durant's going to get pissed off. He's going to be like, yo, get me up out of here. So it's a lot of unnecessary bullshit that's going on with that franchise. It's a lot of unnecessary bullshit that they're putting Kyrie Irving out like that. Kyrie Irving is publicly getting lynched. Kanye West is publicly getting lynched. The black community is publicly getting lynched. The real battle is not with the whites anymore. It's not. It's with the Jewish people. Because clearly we see where the power truly lies. We see that if you upset a certain group of people, the ramifications and the consequences are so dire, it goes to the extreme. But when you upset my community, my skin color people, there's little to no consequences. There's little to no ramifications. And that is the shit that we need to see. Now, we got to move accordingly and take back some of that power. How we going to do that? I don't know. But we got to do it because we can't keep living like this. We can't. Athletes like that who want to speak up or something like that, they can't keep living like this. So, that's all I wanted to say in regards to that situation. Like I said, I don't think Kyrie Irving is re-signing with the Nets. That relationship is beyond repairable. There's a reason that there was been, I think, reports that after that happened, Joe Tsai was trying to meet with Kyrie Irving, texted him, and Kyrie Irving barely responded back. I don't blame him. Listen, it's done. Kyrie Irving's not coming back to Brooklyn. After the season, the Nets are going to be relegated to irrelevancy. Joe Tsai shot himself in the fucking foot. He's a shitty owner. And speaking of Joe Tsai, last but not least, NBA, you need to strip that man of his ownership. It's okay for him to publicly condemn his point guard, blast him on Twitter for something that he does not know nothing about. Yet he is responsible for literally cultural genocide of Muslim people. And if you know Kyrie Irving, Kyrie recently converted to that religion. Kyrie Irving fasts. He does Ramadan. So if I'm Kyrie Irving, if I don't know that my owner is financially funding the cultural extinction of my people, my religion in China, why the fuck would I want to play for that guy anymore? I don't want to play basketball for him. I don't want to make him richer. I don't want him owning me no more. Get me up out of here. I'll play somewhere else. Why doesn't the NBA involve and do some type of investigation of that? Hold up, as an owner, you can't be funding anything like that and still collecting your billions of dollars from the revenue from the team that you own. If the NBA is allowed to kick out Donald Sterling for his racist remarks, if they're allowed to do their ramification to Robert Sarver, they need to do the same thing to Joe Tsai. But they won't do it. They should, but they won't. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Do you agree, disagree with what I said, man? Free Kyrie. I stand with Kyrie. Leave your likes down below. Leave your comments down below. Dislikes down below. I'm open to all honest criticism. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram, WerlsTV, Twitter, WerlsTV, and TikTok, WerlsTV on TikTok. I will catch you guys later.